ॐ गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमभेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादर आजुहाव पुत्रेदि तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेतः। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana and we are into the Canto 9 of it. And in the Canto 9, we saw the first three chapters. In the first three chapters, the story of Saryati Maharaj, his daughter Sukanya, and her husband Shavana Rishi. Their story was explained. And in this chapter, that is in chapter 4, the 4 and 5, the story of the Ambharisha Maharaja is explained. Ambharisha was a very famous and great devoted bhakta of Bhagavan Sri Hari, and every Vishnu bhaktas know about him. I think it is Ambharisha Maharaja who made the Dwadashi Vrata so famous. And that story is explained in these two chapters. As I said in the last video, Vaiwaswatha Manu, he had 10 sons. And the eldest among them was Ikshvaku Maharaj. And so one of the son was Saryati Maharaj, which the story which we saw in the last video. Another son of Vaivaswatha Manu was Nabhaga. And Nabhaga had many children. And the youngest son of Nabhaga, his name was also Nabhaga. So father and the youngest son, they had both the same name, Nabhaga. The youngest son was very intelligent and he was very devoted and very good in Vedic studies. So his father Nabhaga Maharaj, he sent the youngest son to the Gurukula in the forest. He continued his Vedic studies for such a long time, more than the usual time. So all the other brothers of Nabhaga, elder brothers of Nabhaga, they thought that he won't come back to the normal family life. He will become a brahmachari and he will live in the forest or in the ashrama like that. So anyway, he won't come back to the house, they thought. He won't return to the family life. They thought like that. And they divided their father's property and took each one their own share without keeping a share for the youngest son. So after many years, Nabhaga, that is the youngest son, he continued his Vedic studies, and at one time he returned back to his house. And he saw that no property is left for him, and so he asked his brothers, "Why did not you give me my share? Why did you take all the property without keeping me a share of it?" And the brothers said, "Oh, my dear brother, we do not know that you will come back to the family life. We thought that you have entered in the brahmachari way of life and you will stay in the forest or in the ashrama. So we thought we can divide the property," like that the brothers said. And they said, "No problem. You take our father as your share and look after him," they said. Immediately the father got angry and he said, I am not a property or I am not an object for you to enjoy. And he said, my dear son, your brothers are deceiving you. They are cheating you. And the father said, no problem, my dear son, you have that Vedic studies. And in a faraway place, there is one satra going on, conducted by the rishis known as the Angiras. Satra means that sacrifice will go on for a long period of time till that goal is achieved. So their goal is to achieve heaven, to ascend to heaven. So you go there. Those rishis, they know only the rituals. They do not know the mantras. That is, they do not know the Vedic studies. You are an expert in it. So you go there and you chant the mantras. They will perform the rituals. And usually those rishis in a satra like this, when they ascend to a heaven or when their goal is reached, they will leave many wealth in the sacrificial ground itself and they will ascend to heaven. That wealth means it will be a lot of wealth, many gold articles, many articles with gems, like that, many wealth, a lot of wealth will be there. Many objects they will leave and they will ascend to heaven. So that property itself is enough for you. If your brothers doesn't give you property, you go to those rishis, get their permission, and then you take away all that articles after the satra is over. And this idea was acceptable to the younger son also. So he directly went to the sacrificial ground and he got permission from those rishis. Actually, these articles left in the sacrificial ground will be so great that once even Bhagavan Sri Krishna asked the Pandavas to go to a place where the yajna was over and collect those leftover articles. And they collected all the gold vessels and everything from that leftover objects from that yajna place. And with that only they performed an Ashwamedha yajna itself. And there was balance of money also, money and articles, even after performing the Ashwamedha yajna. So that sacrificial ground, they will leave a lot of articles made of gold and gems like this. So this youngest son Nabhaga, he went to that sacrificial ground and got the permission from the rishis, and he stayed with them, helped them to chant mantras, and at one time they all ascended to heaven. The youngest son, he thought, now it is time for me to collect the articles, and he collected all the articles. And when he was about to take it from the ground, Lord Rudra, Bhagavan Rudra, he came from the north and he claimed those articles and those wealth. He said that it is my property. And Nabhaga said, is it? I do not know. And he went back to his father and asked his father that when I am about to claim that all that wealth, Rudra from the north came and he said it is his wealth. So what should I do now, my father? He said. And his father inquired with many people and came to know that these rishis, before giving those articles and all that wealth to Nabhaga, they have promised it to Lord Rudra. So the father said, so this wealth is also not yours, my dear son, he said. So the son went back to the sacrificial ground, prostrated on before Bhagavan Rudra and said, I'm sorry I claimed your property. It is your property only. I do not know about it. That's why I was ready to take it away. It is your property only, so you keep it, he said. And Lord Rudra was pleased by the well behavior of this son, and he said, Bhagavan Rudra said that, your father was also followed the path of Dharma. And you said the truth. I am so pleased by it. So you itself take all the wealth. And in addition to it, I will teach you Brahma Vidya. And Lord Rudra taught Brahma Vidya to the youngest son Nabhaga. So this is Vaiwaswatha Manu's grandson. Now, this Nabhaga's son was Ambharisha Maharaj. This Nabhaga, he took all the wealth to the land And he got married, and his son was Ambharisha Maharaj. So Ambharisha Maharaja had all this wealth. All this wealth was with him. He ruled over the entire earth, the 7 continents. He was such a good person, a devoted bhakta of Bhagavan Sri Hari from the very young age itself. And he ruled the land in a very dharmic way. He took care of that property. He ruled the land. He was a dharmic, noble king. And he was an ardent bhakta of Bhagavan Vishnu. He performed many Ashwamedha yajnas, not particularly to attain wealth or to reach heaven. It is the customary duty to perform the Ashwamedha yajna, so he performed it. And whatever wealth he got, he thought this only as a clod of earth, that's all. His mind was always with Bhagavan Vishnu. Not only he, even his ministers and the people who stayed with him, they also felt the presence of Bhagavan with them. Ambharisha Maharaja, he always felt the presence of Bhagavan Vishnu with him. Seeing the bhakti of Ambharisha Maharaja, Bhagavan Vishnu gave his Sudarshana chakra itself for his protection. So many days went on like this. So from the right young age itself, Ambharisha Maharaja used to take this Ekadashi Vrata, and he will observe this Vrata according to the scriptures. That is, prior to the Ekadashi day, he will fast as a preparatory Vrata. On the Ekadashi day, he will fast and just meditate on Bhagavan itself. Next day, that is before the Dwadashi ends, he will break that fast. So this is his routine. On that particular month of Kartika, he along with his wife came to the banks of river Yamuna, observed this vrata or this work, and fasted on the Ekadashi day, and went inside the Madhuvana and with full concentration worshipped Bhagavan, meditated on Bhagavan Vishnu. So on the next day, that is on the Dwadashi day, as customary, he fed all the holy men, all the Brahmanas. He gave elaborate gift to the Brahmanas, and he fed many holy men. After that, he will take food. That was his routine. So after that, when he was about to break the fast and take food, at that time he entered Rishi Durvasa along with his many sishyas. So Ambharisha Maharaja invited the Rishi in a proper way and gave him seat and respected him. And he said, now it's noon time, please have food. And Durvasa Rishi said, okay, I will accept your food, but before that I will go to river Yamuna, do the Sandhya Vandana, and complete all the noonday rituals, and I will come back. And Ambharisha Maharaj also agreed to it, and he waited for Durvasa Rishi to return back after the noonday rituals. The time ticked off, he never came, and it was too late. Only few more minutes is left for Dwadashi to end. So before that, Ambharisha Maharaja has to break the fast, or otherwise the whole vrata will be of no use. He was waiting, and Durvasa Rishi was doing meditation on the banks of river Yamuna, so no one can disturb him also. So the Sishyas also thought, so it's time for the Dwadasi to end, but no one is bold enough to wake up Durvasa Rishi from his meditation. So they all kept quiet, and here Ambharisha Maharaja was completely perplexed. So if he take the food before feeding the holy men, then it is a sin. If he do not take the food before the Dwadashi is over, then it is also a sin. So total confusion for Ambharisha Maharaj. And he thought, according to the Shastras, if I take some water, then it is just like taking food and not taking food. So I can break the fast like that, as he thought. And he drank some water and broke that fast. But he did not take any food because it is a sin to take the food without feeding the holy man. So he did not take food, but just drank some water. Even today, that practice is there, because when people fast, they just take some fruit juice or water to break that fast. So it is customary from that time itself. So Ambharisha Maharaja again waited for Durvasa Rishi to come. After some few minutes, Durvasa Rishi along with his Sishyas came. And when he saw Ambharisha Maharaja itself, he found out by his mental power that he has broken the fast by taking water. And Durvasa Rishi got very angry. Very angry. He said that you are cruel. You are unbalanced by the pride of wealth and have no real devotion to Bhagavan Vishnu. You took food, you broke that vow before feeding the holy men. Yo mam aditi mayadham adityena nimantrayacha adatva bhuktavamstasya sadhyaste darshaye phala. You invited me to as your guest, and without feeding me, you have taken food, you have broken the fast itself. See the consequence of it, adverse consequence of it. Now itself, sadhya phalam darshaye. You see the consequence of it immediately, said Durvasa Rishi. He got very angry, but all the time, Ambharisha Maharaja was just standing before him with folded hands. And the Rishi said, Yevam bruvana utkritya jadam rosha vidipitaha tayasa nirmame tasmai krityam kalana lopamam. Durvasa was just burning with anger, and he pulled out a lock of his hair and put it on the ground. And from that came Kritya. Kritya is a pisacha that will do evil to any person. And it was just like a fire during the cosmic dissolution. And that Kritya was holding a sword in his hand, running towards Ambharisha Maharaja to kill him. But Ambharisha Maharaja, he just saw Kritya like this, and he was standing like that, without moving even a step from it. He was not also shocked. He was just so calm seeing that Pisacha itself. At that time, the power of Bhagavan Vishnu, that Sudarshana Chakra, which is with this devotee of Bhagavan Vishnu, it emerged out from him and it destroyed that Pisacha. It destroyed that Kritya. And did not leave with that. It began, Sudarshana Chakra began to chase Durvasa Rishi. Durvasa Rishi was on heels. He ran everywhere. First, he ran to the Mount Meru, a cave in the Mount Meru, but there also the Sudarshana Chakra followed him. Then he ran to the ocean, to the sky, to the 14 lokas. That Sudarshana Chakra followed him everywhere. And at last he went to the Satya Loka, that is the Loka of Brahma. He often used to visit there. He went there and he requested to Brahma, Ajita Tejasaha Maham Trahi, this powerful weapon of Vishnu, Narayana, is following me. Please save me from that weapon. Until Brahma said, he is the one who created this entire world. He is the one, by his just winkling of this eye, he will create it. And just like that, he will take it back also. Who has the power to obstruct the weapon of that Supreme Being? Bhakta drohinam tvam rakshitum na samartoham. I am not efficient to help you. You better go to Bhagavan Shiva, who is in Kailasa, he said. And Durvasa Rishi, he ran to Kailasa. and he saw Bhagavan Parameshwara there meditating, and he said to Bhagavan Shiva, Vayam natada prabhavama bhumni yasmin parenyebhya jiva koshaha bhavanti kalana bhavanti hidrushaha sahasrasho yatra vayam pramamaha. He went and said to Bhagavan Parameshwara to save him from this weapon. And Bhagavan said, by whose will all these innumerable Brahmandas, including in which we live, or created, it all emerged from him. And in the end, it will go in him. Who has the capacity to save you from that weapon, which is the weapon of that Supreme Being? No one can help you. No one has understood his Maya also. Or not only me, Sanat Kumara Rishis or Marichi or the Prajapatis or any Devas or Brahma, whoever it may be, no one of us have the capacity to save you from that weapon of that Supreme Being. So you better go to Bhagavan Sri Hari itself. You go to Vishnu Loka and to Sri Hari itself and take shelter in him. Definitely he will help you, Bhagavan Parameshwara said. And so now Durvasa Rishi, he ran to Vaikuntha. There in the Vaikuntha, Bhagavan Vishnu was in his yogic slumber, and near him was Sri Lakshmi. And Durvasa Rishi went there and begged Bhagavan to free him from this Sudarshana Chakra which is following him. It is your weapon, Bhagavan. Please take it and save me from this destruction, he requested. And Bhagavan said, Aha, Achyuta, Ananda, Sadipsita, Prabho, Krudagasam Mavahi, Vishwabhavana. O Achyuta, O Ananda, O Sadipsidam, O you, the lover of the devotees, Prabhu, Lord, Krudagasam, I have done a great mistake. Please help me from that. Please save me from that, he said. And Bhagavan Vishnu, he said, my bhaktas are dear to me more than this Sri. She is near him, and he said, my bhaktas are more dear to me than this Sri, because they have left everything for me. They have left all the worldly pleasures just to do service to me. My sincere bhaktas, they do not need the salukya to be in my realm, then samipya to be near me, sarupya to be with the form like me, and sayujya be inside me, to being one with me. They do not want all this. They just want to do service to me. So it is my duty to protect them, to save them. But I will tell you an upaya, a way out. Upayam katayishyami tava viprashrunashva tat ayam chatma bhicharaste yadastam yatu vaibhavan sadushu prahitam tejah prahartu kurute shivam. I will tell you an upayam. You better go to Ambharisha Maharaj himself and take shelter in him. Because this black magic, you have done the black magic against him. So any black magic done to any of the bhaktas, it will destroy the black magic as well as destroy the person who has done it also. So you better go to Ambharisha, he will definitely help you. So Durvasa Rishi ran back to the ashrama of Ambharisha Maharaj and just held his feet very tight. Please save me from this Sudarshana Chakra which is following me, and I am running for nearly 1 year now, he said. And Ambharisha Maharaja was shocked because a holy man is holding his feet. He just held his shoulders and lifted him gently and saw his face and requested to that Sudarshana Chakra. he just prayed to that Sudarshana Chakra. Tvamagnir Bhagavan Suryastvam Somo Jyotisham Tvamabastvam Shidir Vyoma Vayur Matrendriyani Cha. You are that power manifesting in the fire, in the Agni, in the fire, in the Chandra, in the Surya, and all the basic categories, that is the sky, earth, water, everything. And you are that, from you and all the subtle elements as well as the senses have come, because the Sudarshana chakra is the power of Bhagavan Narayana. And again he said, Sudarshana namastubhyam sahasrararchuta priya sarvastragadin vipraya swasti bhuyo idampate. You are the master of this universe, Idampate. You are the Sahasrarchuta priya. You are thousand spoked, and you are the favorite of Bhagavan Sri Hari, his favorite weapon. Sarvastra Gadina, you are the powerful among all the weapons itself. Please become calm and make free this Brahmana. Salutations to you, Sudarshana. You protect the people who follow Dharma, and you destroy the Asuras because they are the followers of Adharma. But he was a great learned Rishi, and you have the speed of the mind. So salutations to you. Please pardon this learned Rishi. त्वत्तेजसा धर्ममयेन संहृतं तमः प्रकाशश्च धृतो महात्मनां दुरत्ययस्ते महिमा गिरां पते त्वद्रूपमेतत् सदसत्परावरम्. Your spiritual radiance dispel the darkness of ignorance, and the minds of the great men are illumined thus. The whole universe in its subtle and gross form came from you. Oh, none can excel you in greatness, Sudarshana. You always pardon the offenses of the people who have taken shelter in you. So this or Rishi also, please spare this Rishi for the good of my family. Yati no Bhagavan Prita Yega Sarva Gunashraya Sarva Bhudatma Bhavena Dvijo Bhavatu Vijvaraha. If the worshipful Lord, who is a non-dual, is pleased with my service, then may this holy man be free from fear and danger. Dvijaha Vijvaro Bhavatu. Let this holy man be free from fear. So when this hymn was addressed to that Sudarshana, all the time it was just like this, circling like this, very near to Durvasa Rishi. Immediately the Sudarshana became very calm, and it reduced all its that bright luminance itself and entered back to Ambharisha Maharaja itself. And Durvasa Rishi was free from the fear of Sudarshana Chakra destroying him. And he blessed Ambharisha Maharaja, and he said that this is the Vishnu Bhaktas. Even if you do evil against them, they will pardon them and save the people who have done evil against them itself. And he said, what is impossible for the bhaktas of Bhagavan Sri Hari? He blessed Ambharisha Maharaj for showing mercy towards him. Now Ambharisha Maharaja served him food, and Durvasa Rishi had the food and blessed Ambharisha Maharaja and his family. And he said that he will ever live with fame, and said that this incident will be remembered by all the bhaktas of Sri Hari. No one will forget it. And because of that only, even today, the bhaktas of Bhagavan Sri Hari will remember, and they all, almost all the bhaktas know about this Ekadasha story of Ambharisha Maharaja. And after blessing Ambharisha Maharaja, Durvasa Rishi went to Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, because always he will go there only. He went there, and Ambharisha Maharaja also took the food after that. And he also worshipped Durvasa Rishi, and he saw everything, all this as the play of Bhagavan Sri Hari. And after some time, Ambharisha Maharaja completely lost his uh, attachment towards the worldly life, and he and his wife stayed in the forest itself, and he gave the power to rule to his son. So that is the story of Ambharisha Maharaja, and it is Ambharisha Maharaja's Ekadashi Vrata, the rules that he followed, which we are following now itself. So that is the story of the Ambharisha Maharaja. In my next upload, I will come up with another story from Canto 9. Om Namo Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.